If you've been slumped on a sofa, in a car, or over a desk all day, and you're feeling pretty drained, maybe you've got a little bit of mid-back ache, pain going on, I'm going to teach you a really gentle way of being able to bring in a bit more energy and sit more upright with a little more ease. So, exploring how, without any force, without working really hard, you can go from this slumped, rounded shoulder posture to just sitting more upright with ease, not because you're yanking on your back muscles, but because this is just where your rest place is. And when we're a little more upright, we get to breathe more fully, more freely. Our belly gets to move more as we inhale and we breathe. There's space for our diaphragm to move, and we have a bit more energy. So let's go ahead and explore our flatten and release, which helps us to release this holding that keeps our muscles in this position from our belly and our chest muscles. I'm going to teach you a way of being able to release that. So let's begin. Hands on belly, hands higher up on our chest, either mid chest or high chest, wherever's comfortable for you. And just notice what movement there is as you sit here breathing. And the way that we're going to open up through our front is to actually sink into it even more to begin with. This is the key of pandiculating our muscles. We go into the tension to come out. So observing what movement is under your hands merely at rest. How much does your belly and chest move as you breathe? And then we're going to tighten into this position that we may have been slumped in. But we're going to do it very deliberately, very intentionally. So I'm going to go side on so you can see. So when you're ready, you could go into this on an exhale. You're going to scoop your belly in and feel that space between your hands shrink. Feel your chest and your belly come closer together. Feel yourself tighten into your front here, pulling into that rounded position. You might notice your head goes along as well. Let that happen. And then begin to just release and open that space between your hands with every inhale. Just getting a little more open, a little more spacious. Feel how that tension you created in your belly releases. Take a moment there for a breath or two. And then we're going to come back into that. So you're going to tighten your belly, sink your chest. That space between your hands closes. And this time, as your head follows the spine, could you do something different? Could you lift up your chin so that your face is forward? Because if you've been slumped over your desk or watching the telly, this is the position you'll have been in. Tight belly and chest, tight back of neck. Feel that deliberate tension in your front and then change your mind. With every soft inhale, you're going to release, reducing the effort. And as you release your front, soften your belly, notice how you become more upright. And then check that the back of your neck lengthened as well. If it didn't, do it on purpose. And then we might explore this once or twice more and notice how when you sink and tighten your front, chin tips up, how your spine rounds. Feel how that pulls your shoulders forward as your chest sinks, sorry. And then deliberately and with awareness, releasing your front. And your back doesn't need to work for you to be more upright. It merely follows in response to the softening of your front. And then you might want to go ahead and explore that one more time. Noticing how your weight rolls to the back of your sit bones as your tail tucks under. A little bit like what happens with a dog's tail. when it has a fright. Feel into the tension of your front and then releasing and softening. It's not an effort to be more upright, it's actually requiring less effort. And then notice where you land, where the weight is on top of your sit bones. And then we can balance that with going into the opposite pattern. So we can now go into an arch and release and enjoy the space and the ability to open through our front. Now it isn't being held tight. So could you now go the other way, arching your back, and as you breathe into your front, feel that space between your hands expand. Chin lowers this time, so we're keeping our gaze forward so the chin lowers. This is our green light reflex. Feel how the effort is in the back now, and then we merely deflate the back. Belly is soft. The back is just deflating. And then let yourself settle and feel into that place where your muscles have landed you. Notice your sense of being able to be upright. And with a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest again at rest, notice what movement there is under your hands as you merely sit here feeling and breathing. Is there a little more movement under your hands as you breathe? If you notice there's more movement, and it might be very subtle, but notice the subtleties. If there's more movement, if you feel like you're more upright, more open, these are all indicators that you've just turned down some holding tension that was holding you here. So you have everything within you to be able to release and relax tension that's held in your muscles, that affects your energy, that creates discomfort and pain. And especially through our front, when our belly and our chest are held tight, one of the areas we actually feel that is tension in the back of neck and also the mid back. So if you wear a bra, it's kind of bra strap area around the lower shoulder blade area. The movement you've just explored of flatten and release goes to the root cause of those symptoms. And the other thing it helps us to restore is our energy, because when our front isn't being clamped down and held tight, our breathing apparatus is able to function as it's designed to, which means we can breathe more fully, not because we're trying to, just because we can. It's our first nature to breathe fully and freely. So if we haven't met, my name is Karen. I am founder of Somatic Habit, and I'm here to teach you everything that you need to know, everything that you have within you to relax your muscles, release tension, and live with more ease and joy.